Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody else in between. This is Tenacious Earl, and tonight is going to be a bit of a uh, challenge, an adventure, a hopefully a fun time. Hopefully it's not too boring. Hopefully I can answer any questions if I can keep an eye on what the questions are as we're going along here. And I just see right here I misspelled this. I'm going to rename it. So I'm going to try and do the first three. Actually, it was fine. Why did it look like it was misspelled? Anyway. Oh, it's because it's a spot on my screen. All right, so I'm going to try and run the first three rounds of the first playoff completely using the computer. No cards, no dice. If you're a strictly cards and dice person and just abhor the computer, just be warned. You may find this actually interesting, or you may find this really, really annoying. I don't know. So we shall see. But I figured I would at least give this a whirl, and maybe this will inspire you to start maybe learning how to do some Excel, or in this case, Google Sheets, which is it's an extremely powerful tool that you can use. I'm going to use these last four events as a test to see how it feels for me, because I am kind of a person who has enjoyed the idea of being able to run, basically just do things with the cards and dice, and I keep in kind of having the entire technology thing encroach, because I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm part of the generation that was just getting into the technology stuff, and it's still, so useful, but it also can be so kind of impersonal, or whatever you want to call it. So let's just get going here. So we see right here we are in this week of 27 Carolina Playoff Classic, Greater Greensboro Country Club at Sedgefield. So Sedgefield is the name of the course that they play on tour. Win championship. This was from 2019. I'm going to use this score as my target, and then we'll show you. So it's going to be 258, which is minus 22. So as you can see, that means it's a par 70 course. So the other thing is, if we go on this nice page, so how I had to get here, just if you're wondering, if you try to find the minimum championship right now, and pretty much most links you can go to, it will take you to the 2020 page. What I need to do is, if you see this little URL up here in the 2020, it would be here normally. If you just switch that to 2019, it brings you back to the old one. So we get the old one. JT posted and won it with the 258. So we're going to take that as sort of our base score, because I did not have the previous year. I did not. Well, let me double check. So I'm going to go back in my annals just to be sure, because sometimes the memory gets a little fuzzy. I've done a lot of tournaments. So let's just take a look at the 2018 tour page. Did we do Carolina? See, we changed it up. I had decided this year to do Carolina instead of instead of probably Colorado. The previous year I did the Country Club Mile High. So this is a new year for. So what I like to do when I try to get my target score, is to go from the actual score from the year. Actually, I like to go from the previous year. So let's go to 2018. Let's see what happens. We do get it. And it was Brant Snedeker, and it was 259, so minus 21. So let's use that instead. So 259. Now, let's take a look at, I already looked at the other one, but if you go to this little drop down, you can go to tee times, and you can see what kind of tee time, were they twosomes or threesomes? And if you go down, you can see here that they were twosomes. So that's what we are going to use. 259 will be our base score that we're going to calculate our target score from. So now I've got to go back to my event folder. And as you can see here, I have all of the events. I keep specific spreadsheets for each tournament. And I'm going to go ahead and create a two-sims tournament. I've been working on these new templates for the last 2 or 3 days. It's coming together pretty quickly. I've done a couple test cases. I'm still not 100% sure everything's going to work fine. So what I need to do is, if you've got like a template you can use, you can just go right-click on it. Sound is choppy again. That's kind of weird. It's frustrating. Okay, are there any improvements in that? Thank you to getting my attention with this. Sometimes it's tough to tell. I really still don't have much of a clue. What I might need to do from now on is just restart my computer every time, because I feel like that could be the issue. I'm hoping that restarting voice meter. I did put that at MME. Better now. Okay, well, let's see if we can get through this. So, if you right-click on your twosomes template, or threesomes, or whatever you have, if you develop one, or if you just have anything that you need to, like, make a copy of, and so this is how I do it. I just do make a copy. Right-click right there, make a copy. And it takes a second because there's a lot of bulk to this guy. And I wish it would tell me the file size, but it kind of says no. So then, yeah, I have to rename it, and I rename it 27. And 27 is going to be Carolina Playoff Classic. Let's see, is it back to choppy again? Okay. I'm kind of wondering if it's also because I end up running multiple pages of Chrome or Firefox or whatever the heck this is. I think this is Chrome. Yeah. So anyway, so we can punch right in here. Now, when I started this up, because I have so many links, but they all are pretty much from 2 different spreadsheets, central spreadsheets. One is I now have like a course link. So when you have a link to something that you have to set, you just have to hover over it, and then it'll say, you need to connect these sheets. So you hit allow access, and so I need to do this for both, because I have one for my courses, and then I have one for all the golfers and other stuff that's from like the main database. So if I hit those 2 guys, they should pop up with authorized, and all of my golfers here on the left side should pop in, and all should be hunky-dory. Hooray. Okay, first off, I need the top 125. This is going to be a 125 golfer tournament. So there's a screen down here that says current points leaders. And I came up with a macro today to be able to like freeze this in time, and that way not only will I'll show you where this helps me down the road too. So if I hit my little macro, it's probably going to tell me, you need permission to do this, even though you're the one that created it. Why we feel like we need to make you authorize your own one is annoying, but we'll do it, because I'm going to like infect myself with some. So let's redo it again, and it's going to pop all of these guys over here. And if you also notice, there's a column here. So all of my spreadsheets, I try my darndest to, I have this formula, but what I'll do is I will kind of protect the field with this little, so you could do if error, or you can also do this. This is like I just do it in my sleep now. So it basically says if this field right here is empty, this is going to be empty. So it doesn't show up until this guy gets populated. And what this macro did was just took a copy and then a paste values of A2 down through the end of it. So, and this is a friend of yours up here, this E1 and F1. E1. So this is how you can do a rank that is going to change every time. This is invaluable. If you ever want to do a scoreboard or anything like that, this is what you need to do. You make a count. So you need to have, if you do count, you need numbers. If you do count A or count unique, you can do strings. Unique means that it's going to count everything that's different. So if you have a list of things where you've got duplicates, that will tell you how many unique names you have in there, but count A will also do your alphanumerics. Count is just for numbers. So this is count from E2 down to like E300. If I scroll down to E300, you'll see way down here, there's nothing down here. But what it does is it says, how many are there? There are actually 212 right now, okay? And I have to add 1 because, so what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the row number, okay? So this is 212. You can see this is from our rank here. We've got 212 here. But this is counted up all these numbers, and it gets to 212, and then because we need 213, we need to add 1. So we add the 1, we get 213. Now we just do this little concatenation string where you take your column that is what you need to rank against. So to do a rank, you need to have the top value and you have to have the lowest value. And so when you do this concat with, you can do either concat or concatenate. You do a quote, a double quote, and then you do your first, which is E2, and then you do colon, then E, and then the second double quote. So that puts basically this part here, and then the 213 comes from cell E1, which we just did, and then you put the other parenthesis and put it there, and then all right, cool. So now what? Now F2 is our rank. So we go first. We say, okay, if this is empty, I don't want anything here. Fine. If it isn't empty, that means this is probably also not empty because I just did a paste or whatever. And so rank this cell versus, and this is the way you get this to work. Indirect means, okay, this range here is going to be from a cell, and it's going to be from this one here. So indirect with parentheses, and you want to use the dollar signs. So if you're new to spreadsheets, if you put dollar sign in front of either the column or the row, then that means it'll be static. Every time, if you do a fill down, this will never change. If you, like this here, this E2, I can go to cell F3, and it's going to say E3. So for each one down, it's going to rank each one versus this particular range. And so it's just a great way to have it. So this is going to come in handy later. I'm sorry to get a little bit out of the, just trying to do some explanation. I'd like this to be as much a tutorial on some Excel stuff as anything. Because there are probably a lot of people who are like, I would love to learn how to use Excel, but I don't really understand it. Or so we're going to take the top, let's see, is Aditya, Alardo Huerta, is he in the top? Doing a little, well, you know what, even if he can't play, he can't play. So we're going to take the top 125, which is this. I'm going to hit Control-C to copy it. I'm going to bring it over to my field registration. So I have another little check here, and I'm going to go paste values only. That's not what I wanted to do. It didn't take the right thing. Sometimes Google Sheets does this, where it kind of confounds you. Oh, wait a second. I guess I did get the right one. It's okay. We're going to take the top 125. I didn't need the points. Don't need the points. Just need the names. And so this guy here, if I put it into column T, this guy tells me all of which golfers you find in here. So this way I can scan down through here real quick. And what this is it's just it's a count if, and again, so it's count if, and then you do the range first, and again, we've got the dollar signs, and then it's against this name. So if this name shows up anywhere in this list, it's going to say, okay, you're here, you get to play. So I'm going to go down through here, and another thing I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to do a quick find and say Alardo, because he is injured. Match was found. Hidden cell L4. That's not going to... Well, you know why? It's because... So I have some little special sauce there going on that helps me sort things out, which makes it easier. So that means that he is in this list somewhere. And I just need to find him in... Maybe what I need to do... So the other, if you want to do a find, probably the most efficient way to do it is to highlight the range. Alardo. What a name. Find. He's at 93. And, oh, well, guess what? He's not... So this is my ranks from last year. So that's why guys who are 93rd, they may not be in the top 125. So he is definitely not. So I'm going to unselect him. When I do that, this numbering will detect whether this is checked, and if it isn't, then we take the number away. But you can see here, we've got most of these upper guys involved, but Nick Yarlett did not make the top 125, so he is out. And we go down through here, Maroos, Hirano, Zephaniah Scott, they both missed the 125, so they're going to be moving into the playoff for the Slacker Tour to try to earn back their card. Okay, Maurizio Mondragon, Kerry Finley, Stuart Ash, Dustin Jimenez, Ryan Broadus. No, none of those. So now what I'm trying to do here is I'm going to try and get where what we should have is 125. Well, it will actually be 124 because we're going to be short one, and I'm not going to bring Alardo in because... Well, wait, Alardo wasn't even part of it, so it doesn't make a difference. We're getting the 125. Sorry, my bad. I forgot he was out of it. So we just have to start knocking out these guys who aren't in it and make sure we get the guys who are in it. And I could have done this beforehand, but I'm just trying to kind of like run things through and show you the way that... You know, and I would... So this process right here, I just need to give you an idea. Usually this process would be me grabbing cards that don't belong and like literally going through each set, like each pile that I have multiple times, like many times in order to find all the cards. And what a pain. So let me see. What... Am I missing guys in here? Did I click too many off of here? I may have. Let's see. Let's keep running this down here. There may be some guys down here that get selected. So let's... These are guys from Slacker that I had to use as extras. And okay, there's one. Ruben Riggs. There's Alain Zelderloo. He made a run the one time. So what do we got? So there's our top 125. There we are. How did we get a 26? Where did we get a 26? I must have missed a 0 here somewhere, maybe. Either that or I took too many in. Let me double check. Did I take too many? I must have missed somebody here. There it is. Don Slattery. You're gone. He was injured for a while, so that's another. So that should be it. Now, when I've done all this selection, I have... I'll just show you. There's a filter. There's a filter and a sort, so I get these guys alphabetical. And this was really helpful back in the day when I would be having to do, again, all of this, like, sorting and putting cards into this. So now what I have is I have all of that stuff that's been sorted into this page here, which is first 3 rounds. And this, my friends, is like at least the pretty much butter. I'm hoping that I've got all of the quirks out of it. Actually, one other thing we got to do. So we got to come up with these target scores first. So I'm going to just do, let me show you. If you ever need to make yourself a cheap, quick dice roller, real quick, cheap, you just click on a cell and you go equals rand between, and you go 1 and 6, you'll get a D6. Boom! And if you want to decide or die, you can go equals rand between 0, 1, boom, and it will do it. And you know, sometimes it's tough to figure out how best to get it to keep going, but in this case it has given me a 1 and a 0, so the decide or die is no, and the D6 is 1, and so for my, that's 1 stroke less. So we had 259, so it will be 258 for the target score, and I'm going to just go ahead and arbitrarily choose about 136 for the cut. I may go back and look at their cut line. You know what? Let's do it real quick. I'll show you. I'll just show you. So we still have things up here. Yeah, good. And we still have sound. Okay, we're good. So let's just click on Wyndham here. Wyndham. Let's go leaderboard. There's 2020. So this is where we can go 2018. And then when we get to 2018, what we're going to do is we're going to go down and look at the cut scores. That's the leaderboard. Does it it must have all scores, right? Let's see. Where's all of our scores? Oh, here we go. 138 was the cut. See it right here. Martin Pillar was, and Scott Stallings and a few others. So we're going to make our cut 137. So it was just one more than that. 137. It's not really that crucial for this part. Okay. See up here in the upper left-hand corner, I have a dice roller. I don't really need any more. Oh, yeah, one more thing I need to do. I also have this automated where I'm just going to go ahead and highlight this with a little box. So I have all of the dice rolls done on random generators, and this guy is just a way to make it come together and be in ascending order. So what I can do is I can hit Control C and then go up into the menu and go Paste Special Values Only. And for some reason that one little guy is never along with everything else. So I've already come up with these plant themselves in the spot. So over here I have these are the dice rolls for the different groups. Now, you guys are going to say, Earl, what's up with this? You have the cards cut already. Yeah, I mean, this is the one thing I've kind of had to do, at least for the first 2 rounds. I've kind of like made static cuts, but with the way that this randomizes it, everybody's got a chance to end up in one that's a little smaller or a little larger. So the way this works is column K. So we have all of the golfers here. E through H are basically things that help calculate the final scores, and they will populate as we go. Column K is a random number that is generated by a different fashion. So I have this is which is a rand with parentheses that have nothing in it. And what that does is that just gives you a number between 0 and 1. And it goes out to lots of decimal places. You can see it right here. It's going out there, a lot of them. And so what this does, every time see, you have to do this because when you do a random number generator, the trouble with it is if you want to use the result of it, anytime you do a calculation or you add some text somewhere, it changes, and you've got to make that a static number. So we're going to take what all of these are right now, and okay, so there's one that I didn't catch. So here we go. So equals if B4 equals so it's basically saying if so we have less than 156. This is set up to be able to do 156, and now as you can see, it just changed them all. We're going to change them all again here because I'm going to do another one when you're building a spreadsheet, you've got to learn this because it is so valuable if you want to keep your formatting. Just go to Edit, Paste Special, Paste Formula Only. Boom. And now all of those ones that aren't lined up with the 125, they just go away and makes it all better. Ooh. And you know what? We're going to have to do some... we're in good shape. You're going to get to see some on-the-fly stuff here. Okay, we're going to copy, and we're going to paste values only. So that way we get only those percentages. Now all of this stuff populates. There's a hidden column here that populates the golfers' names too. Okay, so now here's where we have 125 and we got 16, right? The sound is choppy again. F9. Sound is choppy again. Just a second, guys. Hang on. Well, maybe it wasn't choppy again. Maybe I just saw the little helper message from earlier. So yeah, I mean, you can definitely, well, it's probably the same way with Google Sheets. So F9, yeah. So, and the trouble is for me with F9 is that I've got to like hit this function key. It's kind of a pain in my butt. Like if I had a regular keyboard, it would help. So yeah. So we're gonna need to kind of reconfigure these pots, but that's okay. So we've got 125 and we got 16 groups, so that's going to be about 7 or 8. So let's see. We'll go 8. This is going to be a challenge, but we'll get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. The wonders of the unconsidered. Let's do a 7 there. 2, 3. Oh, I need to undo this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Well, we'll be okay. Just bear with me. It's always something, isn't it? So that's the one thing when I did these guys, it was based on a lookup, and it should be okay. Just I need to finish what I'm doing. 1, 2, 7. Let's go with 7 here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Call this M6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Morning 7. So the M is morning. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll go 8 again. A1. this real quick. Five, six, seven, eight. It's gonna say topmost, yeah. A2. So now I'm just doing the quick and dirty. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A3. So this is my cutting it. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like doing it the old-fashioned way here. A4, just without having the actual cards. But A5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. A6. 2 more. We'll just do a healthy cut here. A7. And all right. Okay. Let's do this. And I like doing the thinner line. And I'm going to move this guy right in here and cross my fingers. Oh, that's why. Okay. So now A7. Let's get rid of this line. Let's just get rid of all these lines here first. Let's do a right border here. And okay, we'll get there. We don't. That's not so important. Okay. This just helps. So I was hoping that we would be farther along in this, but the miracles of poor planning, and we're getting there though. Something for next time to have considered. But these are just this is just kind of like window dressing, and the meat and potatoes is actually all the other stuff. We're getting here slowly but surely. So we just got to move all these little pointers into spaces that actually will make hay for us. This one, good. So once we get here, then we can start doing all of our cards. And I know that this is probably looking like something that's like, this would not be as quick, right? It's like, if I had a 156 field, it would have been a big deal. But I got to this and I'm like, you know what? I need to do the right. Oh, whoops, this guy goes here instead. You're saying, why did that? It's okay. Because the way that this is built is looking at this number here. So when I move this up here, it actually looks at this guy. Just gotta make sure I hit the right button and don't bung something up. Okay, well, I think we're close enough for government work. Okay. And let's do a freeze up to current row. There. Okay. So what are we going to do? So now we have kind of like our traditional old deal where it's like, okay, I have the dice roll. Now what I've done is I've gotten rid of the names. So the names are there, but what do I want to do? I'm going to make a little box here. The names are here. We just can't see them. And I did that intentionally because I wanted to make it a little bit more suspenseful. So they're here. It's just they're hidden right now. And when we make a cut decision or an outstanding or somebody withdraws, we will then. So 55 is going to be our first roll in pile 1, and that's the top 5 golfers. So we have our tournament ratings over here, so we're going to take the top 5 golfers, and you've seen right here we've done random numbers. Everything is randomized. So when I put a Y in here, it's going to light up the name, and it also puts the name over here. So Gil Granbury is 1. 2 is going to be this guy. You can see right here, Youngly Song. And now we need the top 5. The next one is 3A, then 3B, and then what's 3C is the last one. Okay. And so when we're all done, I might open up this to see who missed out, but I'm kind of more just wanting to get through this so you can see how this works. So, but if you look over here, this is not right. What did I get wrong here? Is it T maybe? I think this is supposed to be T. Yeah, so we don't have, and this is supposed to be S probably. I made a little some notes to try and fix it. Okay, so let's just keep moving here. 25. We're going to draw 3. So most of the dice rolls, it's you take the difference between the big number and the small number, and that difference is the number of cards you draw, right? So choppy again. All right. Just annoying here. I don't know why it decides one day to poop on me and the other day it's fine. But so I was just saying, most of the rolls, except if you're in the 40s and if you've got doubles, most of the rolls are you take the high number, subtract out the low number, and that's the number of draws. So we're going to draw 3 here. And that brings us Trevor Nolan, Jae Gun Woo, and Dale George. And then we take the top 2 after that. We've got a 1C here. And then the other tops are 3 C's. So we're going to go yes for that and yes for that. And it's Ethan McMillan, Patrick Kieran. So, and Heath Summers was this guy. So we're up to 11. And each time we get these guys, it puts a random number over here for our next step. So it's kind of nice in that regard. So 15, as we draw 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sears, Kanishi, Antonucci, Romeo, Stone. And then the top 1 is going to be the 3A, and that's all that goes. Franz Hockel, so these 2 are out. 15, it's again the same thing, right? Double check. M3 and M4 are both 15, yes. So we're going to draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the top 1 is again a 3A. So we had Westinghouse, Villanueva, Laufenberg, Chico Fonseca, and Eddie Sykes. these guys are out. So, okay, so this is going to be draw 3. 14 is draw 3, and then we get an outstanding. So we're going to draw, and when I do draw 3, I just take the top 3 that are in the pile. Aberley, Merida, and Riggs. And now the outstanding is the top golfer that's left, and we're going to get 2 of them. We're going to get both of them being 3 Cs. We put the Y in the outstanding column, and it should show up right up here. Del Hutton and Bruno Friedman. So those get separated out into their own pile later on. Okay, we're going to take the top 2, or we're going to draw 2 off the top, and then we're going to take the top's other, so that the 2 more that are top. So that's going to be 1C, Gail Honorado, and 3B, Samir Webb. So this kind of gets moving pretty quickly after a while. So 22 is a double, and it's going to be the top 2 golfers only. That is 2A. And then we have a tie for 2B. So Braden LaSalle Jr. And so it'll be Sonny Lemons, Justin Wallace. A couple names we haven't heard from a lot lately, but they did have some time off. So we get the 3 from that because we had the tie. 66 is draw 1 outstanding golfer. It's going to be a 4A, and he is going to be Alan Kelly. It's one of my custom cards, so fun there. So now we get to the afternoon rounds. We're going to take 3 with 36, draw 3, Reasoner, Trenchard, and Roland Webster. And then we're going to take the top 3 after that. So we got a 1A here. This is either Van Dyke or Emmerich. It's Van Dyke. We got 3C as the second one, and we got a 4B that's the third one. How many do we have now? We're up to 37. Okay, 55. Another double. That's the top 5 golfers. So we've got, looks like 3 Bs are all the lowest. One, or the most, the best golfers. So we got Connor Messick, Ian Robards, Benicio Vazquez, Kyson Roca, and then the final one will be the 3C. That's David Alvestad. 46. So this is a draw 1. Thanks to Larry Rice for giving me this. When I was starting to design this, I was trying to. The first time I was doing this, I'm like, I can't remember if I'm sitting in my easy chair doing this. I'm like, I can't remember if the 40s are draw 1 top 4 or draw 1 top 5, and it's top 4. So we got Celestino Garcia. We saw him recently. Then Evan Aldrich would be the first top, and then we've got a 3A. Garcia's a 3A, so that will help get somebody else in. So 1, 2, 3B, and then we're going to end up with 2 3Cs in as well. So Marshall Weber, Ellis Moberly, and so all but 1 come out of that group. 25, we take we draw 3. Wallace, Washburn, there's Emmerich. He gets in on a draw, and then we got the top 2, a 3A, and then a couple 3Bs. Todd Ahrens, Jason Huffman, and CJ Hope. How many are we at now? 54 out of, we still got 4 groups to go. 22, that's the top 2 only. A 2B and 3 2Cs. So we're going to take 4 out of this group. Carlos Solari, Burke Yielding, Palmiro Cavallari, Carson Riddell. Okay, the 14, that's again going to be an outstanding with the top golfer. We're going to draw 3, Manini, Valenti, and Kimes, and then the top is this 1B, and he'll be outstanding. It's going to be Gareth Leonard, guy who's been snake bitten of late, up to 61. We should be well within. Well, we are going to get 6 each, but let's see. So we're going to take the top. We're going to draw 1 with 56, and then we're going to take the top 5. So it's going to be the 1C. So Samson Tucker first, then we got a 1C. We got looks like a 3A, a couple 3Bs. That's up to 4, and then we've got 2 3Cs that are going to come in. So we got McAdams, James, Alec Newcomb, Elaine Zelderloo makes it, and Denny Bedwetter. I put U's instead of Y's. It doesn't make a difference, but it makes sure that Leonard gets in the outstanding. He does. We got 4 outstanding golfers so far. Lastly, we got this one. This is going to be draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the top one, there's only one. There's a 2C and a 4A. There's only 2 left in this pile, so we're going to go with the 2C. Myung Cho. So we got Barry, Castillo, Barry. A couple Barrys. They're spelled differently. Then we got Chen and Klein. So that leaves us with 74 who have made the cut. Actually, 78 in total. Oh, I guess I missed a draft. Oops. That sucks. Crap. I hope my team's okay. Well, I guess I'll find out. All right, so c'est la vie, I guess, right? Okay, so we have. Let me check and see if my sound is going. I guess it's still okay. My friend is not going to be too happy, but I guess that's the way it goes. Well, maybe he will be happy because he'll have a better team. So we've got so 78 make the cut, and we get over here to this side of things, which is the 3rd round, and there's a lot more acreage on this spreadsheet that's devoted to the 3rd round, but it turns out that when it comes down to it, a lot of it is kind of like pretty dirt simple. So hopefully. So I need to take these random numbers and again convert them into static numbers because they are dynamic at the moment, and I put it right in this column and hit paste values, and it's going to light everything up here. Let's see. So that's still going off of the wrong column. So as usual, we've got to do a little bit of debugging. I thought I already did this, but best laid plans of mice and men, eh? We're going to paste the formula this time. So we have our tournament ratings, and again, I guess I'll show you here what we have. If I can just expand this and you can see all the names here, and you can see this guy here. We had Will Janis miss out, Bob Demmelmeyer. The ones where you only get one, you kind of can get. Sam Anowitz missed out. Magallanes missed. Wait, yeah, we only had. Yeah, Magallanes with the 2A because we had Gareth Leonard go in. He missed out. So I mean we don't get to see the cards unless we do that. But yeah, okay. But we're to the let's see where. It's because I moved way down south. Well, El Paso. And what? Oh, so we need to do our card cutting here, right? So we have 74. That's going to be 7s and 6s, right? Or wait, no. 10s and 11s. My bad. So I need to cut these guys. So 5, 10. Let's do that. Let's just do the best we can here. I may have to put little guides. Whoops. Little guides along the way here so that way it's easier for me to count them the next time around. I'm just kind of eyeballing it right now. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4. 5. And we will do about halfway, 6 and 7. And now I just again need to move these into the general vicinity, and I can actually cut and paste those guys, because these are done differently. Those are actually direct links to the cells as opposed to a lookup. So when they move, they retain their value. Okay, so we're back to doing this again, but this time we got to look off the third round chart, and I don't have this memorized. So 25 is draw golfer contends with A. So it's going to be the first golfer. We put the grade under where it says grade, and we're going to put an A, and then I'm going to put a Y here in the perks and issues, because he also gets a perks and an issue. And it's going to be Mackay Berry. So fun there. Okay, and also just in case you're wondering, how do I get these random numbers here? I don't think I mentioned it. When we take these random numbers here, so these are all between 0 and 1, you do a rank. So it's the same kind of ranking that we do here. We do it here. We say, what is this ranked compared to all the rest of these in the list? And that's a good way to generate you will get a 1 to whatever your number is without any repeats. That's about the best way to do it. So I'm hoping that my sound is still okay. But so the 25 is draw golfer contends with a top golfer with A minus. Well, all right, so we have 3 1Cs in this group. 1, 2, 3. And they are our top golfers. So what we're going to do is we're going to do ran between 0 and 1. And I'm going to have to do it 3 times for 3 different golfers. And so each time I do it, it's going to recalculate. And this one is going to be the one we take. Paste 1, 1, 0. So yes, yes, no. So this guy's going to be A minus. Trent McAdams. This guy's going to be A minus. Gail Honorado. This is going to be B plus. Because when you do the decide or die with this, if it's a no, then the guy goes to B plus, not it's regular. So Rance Aberley will end up in B plus. We'll see if he ends up making the cut. So, or making the final 12. So then from 25 we go others finish with C. So this is a little bit more manual here. I have to put a C in all of these guys. So let's just fill down to here. And I'll cut that out. Okay. So this is one that will help with my calculations later when it comes to the scores. So it basically says, is there something in this? If there is, it's yes, or you take that. If it's not, then you take it from this column. Okay, so 23, next up. Draw golfer contends with A and does not get a perk or issue. So this guy is a 1B and he's a draw golfer. And he's going to get A. Whoops, that says A minus. Yun Lee Song will be an A. And then others contend with B plus. We're going to have a bunch of B pluses here. And that goes with Rance Aberley as well. So we got Gil Granbury, Ryan Aldrich, Aarons, Cavallari, Messick, Reasoner, Newcomb, Moberly, and Harley Villanueva. So, okay, 24, top golfer contends with A and gets a perk. So the top golfer in here is 2B, right? Okay, so the top golfer with 24 is going to be an A and get a perk and issue. And that's going to be Justin Wallace. So that's interesting. That's a different guy. Others finish with C+. We'll just take it all the way down. I like deleting the one that's the repeat. just because. Okay, 36. This is pile 1, 2, 3. This will be 4. 36, top golfer contends with A-, no perk. That's going to be the 3A. Double check. 36, top golfer A-. Elaine Zelderloo. Okay, cool. That's a new name. He did get in as an emerging contender, but he's going to be in our final here for sure. And now the low golfer gets D-, and that is going to be the 4C here of Romeo Stone, and everybody else, 36, finishes with C-. I'll tell you what you will not see here is me having to deal with entering in all of these. Normally, I would have to enter in all of the grades, and everybody who missed the cut I'd have to do, and it's like, this is so much of a change. 13 is a draw golfer contends with A+. So this is going to be a 3B, A+, CJ Hope, and he's going to get a perk or issue. So with 13, that's 1, and then the top golfer gets A-. It's a 1A. That's going to be Martin Van Dyke. Others finish with C+. So I don't know. I'm hoping somebody's watching. And if you can, I will do a quick refresh of voice meter if it's still being a problem. So please just let me know. 45, draw golfer contends with A-. So it's a 3A. Eddie Sykes, he gets an issue, perker issue. 45. Top golfer contends with A. Oh, that's going to be Emmerich. Emmerich's going to be at A. I can already hear the boos. Others finish with D+. I think we have one more group to go, and then we'll do the outstanding. 16. Draw golfer contends with A-. It's going to be the 2B, who is Chico Fonseca. So 16. And there isn't perk or issue here, so we'll hit a yes. And then top golfer contends with A. 1C is the top golfer. Heath Summers. So he gets in. Others finish with D+ as well. And so this takes care of these guys. Fill down. Okay. So that's that. And now we got to go over the outstanding. This is a whole other column. And again, I need to take the random numbers and move them over by pasting the values. Then this, oh, poop. Let me just check something. Sound okay. Thanks, Mark. So, yeah, give me a second here. A04. It should be AN for one thing. VLOOKUP. Oh, wait a second. That's not true. You know what it is? This darn guy. We need to go AN. That'll do it. See, I had a list of things, and I guess I didn't get them all. Hide row. Now it'll be fine, right? Should be fine. AN4 through ANM. That's why. Maybe I'll just leave it open for now. That's not getting everybody. Four, three. What is the major malfunction here? Oh. Huh. Finding little things to fix up here. There we go. And I need to put another column in here so I can make it more random. So 36, or not more random, more like cloaked. But anyway, top golfer A-, so it's going to be Gareth Leonard. Doesn't get a perk or issue. Low golfer D-, that'll be Alan Kelly. So too bad, Alan. Others finish with C-. Okay, so let's see how things are going here. Okay, we've got 5. Is Fonseca the last? Yes, he was. Great. Okay. Sweet. So up here in this corner, I have my 5. Actually, I'm going to change this guy to a 0 to 1. So this up here is my dice roller for my perks and issues, and I'm just going to go ahead and use it for. So for Mackay Berry, 4 and 1 is going to be gain sunny quality, and the 0 is a no, so he will not get till further notice. Okay, 5 and 5 is lose choice semi-quality. Oh. And I also have this, so Justin Wallace is going to lose choice semi-quality. And then I have this other guy right up here, it's a 5, so I'm going to put lose champion. I don't know if he can actually, if he has, I'm going to say semi. Alt 0149. That's weird. That should be a better dot than that. But if he doesn't have champion, I'll figure out something else to take from him. 3-3 is going to be starting with 4 blue chips. Eddie Sykes 6-4 gold putter. And then Chico Fonseca 1 and 6 caddy conflict. No blue chips. So okay, so those are our perks or issues. If I come over here to the recap sheet, it's already over here. I have them linked up. So there's a lot of ugliness right over there. And just don't pay any attention to leaders after third round yet, because there's some other stuff that needs to be taken care of. So now this is the rest of the story. And so we have the filtered. So I take the golfers. Once we get to this point, the golfers come over here and they get filtered into the various columns. They come up here. This should be if AE, so AE70s. So I wish I had this where it wasn't the way it was, but that's okay. We'll go copy. We're going to paste values. So now we're going to get, these guys are going to get sorted by score. We only had 1 A+, and he goes here and he gets 193. We have 5 A's. 4 of them get that. And okay, so remember when I showed you my I showed you where I had the rankings. These come over here, and this is going to help inform who ends up on the score sheet. So then when I come over even further to here are my third round leaders. CJ Hope is going to be in the lead with a 193. Dustin Emmerich, Heath Summers, Yunli Song, Justin Wallace are 2 back. Mackay Berry, 3 behind. McAdams, Zelderloo, 4 back. Then Leonard, Van Dyke, Honorado, Fonseca, Sykes. So now, those guys, let's see, Gareth Leonard. Yeah, so those guys are still in A-, huh? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What's Eddie Sykes? Is he going to miss out? Oh, man. Oh, man. So let's see. Let's take a look at the final round entry. So this has all been populated. But Eddie Sykes isn't going to be in here, even though he's A-. It's because we had so many extra golfers. We basically hit everything with 2s pretty much. So I don't know what I'm going to do with Eddie Sykes. I guess I'm just going to have to play him if there's a... Maybe I'll play him separately and just get a score in for him, because that seems so unfair. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's the first time that's ever happened for me. That's so weird. But now what's happened here is that's one of the sort criterion over here is, or criteria. Criterion is singular. It also sorts on our rank. So Eddie Sykes is the lowest ranked in the points of all of the guys at 198. So that's why it's filtering that out, and we're going to get this over here. Now, pay no attention to this. This is the type of thing that just happens to me every time, and it's just basically because I need to do this probably. BG, and it's still not quite right. What's going on here? We got 74. Means I got to go down 89. I got to add 4 more. We're going to go 77 here, and all should be super on my... there's still something not quite right. Oh, another fun thing that I added to this that I forgot to do. So here on this page, I can select the course. What was this? This is Greater Greensboro. Where are you, Greater Greensboro Country Club? Right here. Come on, buddy. There are all the pars. And now, bingo. There's my leaderboard. CJ Hope minus 17. Today it shouldn't be that way. Why are you doing that? Why are you coming up with a plus? Oh. You know why? Another nice thing you can do here is when you know you've got something wrong in a consistent row or column, you highlight the column, you hit find and replace. And I know this is supposed to be AE and not AC, so I'm going to go comma AC and then replace with comma AE. Search within the formulas, replace all. There's 14 of them, and now... Oops, I clicked on the wrong guy. There, even par today. Fun. And I still got some kind of a conditional formatting that's still bugabooing. Goodbye. So, okay, so that's it. So we've got CJ Hope. Let's go ahead and get our scoreboard back up here. Get rid of the conditional formatting. CJ Hope, minus 17, is going to be the guy who starts on top, the South African. We're going to have Emmerich, Sommers, Wallace, Yunli, Song, all two back vying for the first playoff win. Mackay Berry comes in with 3 back. Elaine Zelderloot, a relative nobody. He is new to the tour. He was on the slacker, but he had a great finish in, I believe it was in Toronto, but it may have been the Blues Belt. I think it was Toronto. I think it was at Glen Ebbie. So then Trent McAdams is tied with him, the American, and then Argentinian Chico Fonseca, Honorado, Leonard, Van Dyke, and Sykes. And man, I feel bad about Sykes. I don't know what I'm going to do about it. So, anywho, so yeah, so that's where things are located right now in this particular zone of the sphere. I've still got some things to tidy up as far as this dang form goes, but all in all, it worked pretty well with just a few snafus. Just so you can see here, Yeah, that shouldn't be. This should be bringing something up here. Why are you not? Well, there's always one pain in the butt, and so these cuts here shouldn't be showing up. I need to fix that. I don't know why his score should be somewhat settled, and it B4 equals, yeah, that's, oh, you know why? Well, that still shouldn't be. I mean, I can switch. Where is that at? Oh, another thing I need to do is I need to make this play off. That changes some of the factors. I'm still missing. I changed. Oh, right here. Let's put it to active. Does that change that guy? I don't know. Ah, it did. Holy moly. I don't know why it took that to change it. This wasn't a problem. Oh, that's why. Again, here, your little non-static reference. That's why. So let's go ahead and copy and then do the old. Paste formula. And let's fix this guy. I know you guys like watching me do all this kind of stupid stuff. If AE4, let's add another guy here. If B4 equals that, and then we got to add a closing parenthesis. Oh, now you do the good old Control Z. So why did that? I must have. Let's try it again. I must have typed it wrong. If B4 equals this, must have put something wrong in there. There we go. I just typed in. I might have let my finger slip off the shift key. So these guys should go away if I do a paste formula only. They're gone. Yay. All right. So that's that. And then really, what's nice is then I can just start hitting hide column. You don't even need to see it. These guys, I mean, we don't have to see a lot of it. So this is what's important. We've got our final groups ready to go. We got the twosomes going. And this, I love this. I love every course. I could change to Great Woods if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. Love it. So we had 74. That's got to be plus count unique first 3 rounds. Y 4 through Y. We could just do 15 because that's the outstanding. 78. Woohoo! All right, see you guys. I'm hit like if this is something that you want to see more of. I mean, I'd love to be able to teach you guys how to do some Excel. It's really not, once you start learning the stuff, it's not that complicated, but there's a learning curve. But sometimes you just got to get in there. This is an Excel, this is Google Sheets, but you need to kind of like get in there and play around. And so maybe it's because it says suggestion lower than the bit rate. 128 kilobits per second. I know I'm gonna have to go through these settings, but yeah, I mean, hopefully the sound hasn't been too much of a hindrance. But so we're done with the first 3 rounds. and it took a little longer than maybe it would normally because I'm sitting here talking about it, but basically I'm ready to play, and I just need to dig out 12 cards, maybe 13 if I do something with Sykes, and get going. Whereas in the past, now granted I spent a lot of time, but it's just it's dividends paying down the road. So let's get a move on. It's 9:36. It's time to go. See you soon with the Carolina Playoff Classic here on the channel. Thanks for hanging out with me here as I did some number crunching and stuff here. So if you have any questions about how I did it, and just leave them a comment. I would welcome any of those. I would try and talk you through it some. Till next time, keep rolling, and see you again soon.